now.
Good evening, I'm Justin Betty. Less than 24 hours before Wisconsin was set to hold a presidential primary election, along with a number of local and state races, today Governor Evers declared it's all off, signing an executive order to delay the vote until June. But the political legal battle isn't over yet. Okay, first let's start with Evers' move today. Executive Order 74 suspends in-person voting for this spring election until June 9th. It also calls on the legislature to convene a special session tomorrow to take up this legislation and either confirm that June 9th date or pick some other date they can all agree on. Now, you'll remember Evers had been holding firm on not moving the election, but says he's now convinced the health risk is just too great.
I have been advised by public health experts at the Department of Health Services that despite the heroic efforts and good work of our local election officials, poll workers, and National Guard troops, there's not a sufficiently safe way to administer in-person voting tomorrow.
Now, Republicans say it's too late to make a move like this. They're already taking this appeal to the state Supreme Court, hoping to have the elections process as originally planned. A lower court ruled last week absentee ballots would be allowed to get at least a few extra days to arrive if this goes forward. Friday, Governor Evers signed a different order saying absentee ballots for what would be tomorrow's election have until 6 days after the election, April 13th, to get back to election officials. The Wisconsin Election Commission said in its release that despite the governor's order, municipal clerks should prepare for tomorrow's election, saying they'd rather be safe than unprepared. A lot of election officials have told us they have a lot on their plate right now with all these last-minute changes, not to mention extra safety precautions because of COVID-19. Price County Clerk Jean Gottwald says this isn't even supposed to be a full-time job for many of these clerks.
The main burden of this has been on the municipal clerks because a lot of them in Price County are not full-time. This is just a side job they have, and they've been trying to keep up with not only the volume, but with the constant changes.
Gottwald says they have been working long hours to keep everything running smoothly, and again, she says they are being told to prepare as if there is an election happening tomorrow.
Working with the clerks to get all their new round of supplies. A new round of supplies came over the weekend, and we're needing to get that turned around and back out to them.
All right, so again, a lot still up in the air right now. As it stands at this moment, the Supreme Court actually has just released their decision. It overturns Governor Evers' executive order except for the requirement for the legislature to convene tomorrow. That means as of right this second, the election will proceed tomorrow in person. You'll remember for weeks, Governor Evers fought back against suggestions the election should be moved to begin with. It wasn't until Friday that he claimed he actually did want to move the election, but he couldn't do it himself, and he wanted state lawmakers to meet over the weekend to make the call. They declined, saying it's too late to make that type of change, that it would cause too much confusion. As for what this means for the 7th Congressional District special election, which was scheduled for next month, Governor Evers has said he had not made a decision on that. Democratic candidate Tricia Zunker tweeted this afternoon saying Wisconsinites should be able to exercise their right to vote without jeopardizing their health or safety, end quote. She didn't say whether that means she'd rather postpone the election or send out absentee ballots to everyone. Republican candidate Tom Tiffany has not publicly weighed in on the issue yet, but he does have a Facebook town hall scheduled to begin at 6 this evening, our time, where I imagine the topic will come up. One of the parts of the Republican argument against postponing the election, which we've now learned worked, the Supreme Court has ruled that it will go on, is what this means for local races. For what it's worth, Mayor Bob Milkey of Wausau, who is up for re-election, says he was willing to stay in office at least until the election, whenever that may be. He expressed frustration, though, about how much confusion there is, sending a letter to the State Elections Board weeks ago asking to delay the election until May 12th, but now he says it's out of his hands.
We will follow exactly with what the law of the state of Wisconsin says we should be doing. Whether that election is tomorrow, June 9th, or whatever date is determined, the city of Wausau will be prepared for it. But at this time, we're getting ready tomorrow just to think that there could be an election after all. We will see.
Milky is facing Marathon County Board member Katie Rosenberg. We'll hear from her coming up on News Watch 12 at 6. Again, just to recap, the election now is going as planned tomorrow after the state Supreme Court decided that is the case. All right, Jeff, after a pretty lovely weekend, how are things looking for the start of our work week?
Yeah, temperatures are hanging out in the 50s right now. We'll do it again tomorrow and Wednesday before we get some big changes in here for Thursday and Friday. Also, lots of clouds out there now. These clouds will produce a couple light sprinkles tonight, but the heavier rain will hold off until tomorrow. In fact, here's Futurecast tonight looking pretty good. A few sprinkles around, followed by what could be a line of some showers and thunderstorms getting here tomorrow. Non-severe, although some small hail is possible tomorrow afternoon. And then we get better throughout the day on Wednesday and Thursday. But for tonight, looking at mostly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles out there with low temperatures down near 38. Your full forecast is coming up. Justin?
Now to the coronavirus pandemic, where the shortage of face masks means people have been making their own in many cases. But local craft stores' ability to supply those materials for masks has been limited. Under Governor Evers' Safer at Home order, craft stores have not been designated as essential businesses. That means they've had to close both the stores themselves and even curbside pickup. Mary Wilkie, the owner of So Smart Sewing Center in both Wausau and Rhinelander, says even though she can only make deliveries now, the demand for her product has never been greater.
The demand's very high for me. I've not been able to keep up. Just this morning when I came in, I had 23 new voicemail messages on my answering machine that I have to now respond to.
Coming up on News Watch 12 at 10, we'll tell you how craft supply stores are navigating this lockdown and if their status may change since the CDC now recommends widespread face mask wearing. Today passed the milestone of over 10,000 deaths attributed to COVID-19 in the U.S., 82 of those in Wisconsin. But the overall numbers have leveled off a little over the last few days. Locally, still the only death in what we would call the Northwoods, the one case in Iron County, though the number of confirmed cases, period, has risen a little. Oneida County health officials announcing their 4th and 5th confirmed cases today. Vilas County announced its 4th, Marathon County its 12th. Across the state, over 25,000 people have tested negative, despite the tests in many places being limited, as we mentioned, to those at higher health risks. The stock market had its best day in 2 weeks today. Investors displaying some optimism about this slowdown and New York's slight improvement over the last day or two. All the major indices gaining more than 7% on the session. The Dow led the way with a 7.7% boost. Aspirus is the latest health system to start lab testing for coronavirus, not just swabbing, actual testing at their facilities. Officials say 40 tests have been run at Aspirus so far, all coming back negative. In a news conference today, Aspirus officials said the in-house lab is only testing healthcare workers or patients who would require hospitalization. They say any other potential COVID specimens are sent to Mayo Clinic. They say molecular technical specialist Katie Drewer is the only person performing the test at their site at this time. They say she actually created the test on her own.
She put in a lot of time, a lot of dedicated effort, and has been able to essentially single-handedly, with support around her, but single-handedly bring the test to the community of Wausau. And without her doing that, we would not have the test available.
Health officials say Drewer does testing in 2 batches every day, and the turnaround time is about 3 to 4 hours. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been moved into the intensive care unit, the ICU at a hospital, after testing positive for COVID-19 over the weekend. The Prime Minister remains conscious, according to officials. Again, they say this move to the ICU is just a precaution should he require ventilation to aid his recovery. The 55-year-old announced that he tested positive back on March 27th. He had since had persistent symptoms, but it got worse in the last day or two, going to the hospital yesterday and now the ICU. Though again, as a precaution, he has asked his Foreign Secretary and First Secretary of State to stand in for him on official matters where necessary. Well, finding the bright spot in many issues like this gets harder with each passing day, it seems. That's why one local group is going the extra mile to bring a little light, literally light, to their community. We'll have more on that after weather with Jeff here on News Watch 12.
Nick J. Leverett.
He's a handsome fella.
Never going for a hug.
To be wiped from the earth, only to return, is a miracle.
It's happening again.
Everything is connected.
Manifest, tonight on NBC.
Summer is about having fun, not worrying about your old, outdated dock. Portadoc's corrosion-resistant roll-in or post-dock aluminum dock systems offer durability and longevity, as well as functionality with multiple configurations and decking options. Virtually maintenance-free Portadoc systems will keep you in or on the water all summer long. Visit your local Portadoc dealer, and welcome to where the land ends and the summer fun begins. Dvorak's Docks, Highway 45 in Elko. Tomahawk Sports Center, North 4th Street in Tomahawk.
Handy Quilter is the perfect gift for the quilter in your life, even if it's yourself. Handy Quilter has been the best-selling long-arm quilting machine for the past 6 years, and Tomahawk Sew & Vac is the #1 Northern Wisconsin handy quilter dealer. Easy quilt crib up to king-sized quilts, plus touchscreen and stitch regulator. Tomahawk Sew & Vac in downtown Tomahawk. 224-3401 for Tomahawk Sew & Vac.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
There you are. Welcome back, my friends. Well, let's start here. The snowpack has largely retreated north of Rhinelander now after 127 straight days with snow on the ground here in Rhinelander, down to 0 here at the station. Still a bit of snow across parts of the area. All right, temperatures today back in the 50s once again. We'll do it again tomorrow and for Wednesday, followed by some really big changes coming our way, because here we are right now. There's lots of warm air across the Midwest currently. Well, watch what happens. This little blur blob right there is going to move down our direction for really Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Next week and next weekend looks cool with temperatures below average for a change. That'll put us in some 30s and 40s. In fact, here we are. Look at Thursday, 38, 44 for Friday, 47 for Saturday, followed by probably hanging out near 40 Sunday and Monday of next week. The average high now being 45. We saw a hint of sunshine earlier today. Way earlier today. And then we got lots of clouds out there now. And there are a couple sprinkles across the area. Not really a big deal. Most of this is virga, or precipitation leaving the cloud but not making it to their surface. But there will be a few sprinkles in here tonight, followed by what could be a heavier rainfall tomorrow. So here's the big picture. High pressure that was in charge all weekend is over here now. What a beautiful weekend, wasn't it? We are watching this warm front right there. That will make a movement toward us tomorrow. It'll likely set up just straight across parts of central Wisconsin. So if you're south of the front, you could have high temperatures tomorrow in the 60s, even touching near 70. If you're north of the front tomorrow, we're talking mid-50s, even a few upper 40s in there. And then thunderstorms will develop tomorrow, most likely just south of that front. So as they do, they'll ride up and over the front. They'll lose connection with the Earth's surface. That's how they become elevated. Those are good at producing some light hail. So be ready for tomorrow. There could be a bit of severe weather across northern Wisconsin, mostly in the form of some hail energy out there. Some strong winds cannot be ruled out tomorrow. We do not need the rain, so all of us are well above average in rainfall, and we have probably a half-inch of rainfall coming tomorrow, more of which could be in thunder showers tomorrow afternoon. But here's your forecast then for tonight, though. It's mostly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles and light rain showers out there. Look at these low temperatures, well above freezing near 38, with a southeast breeze around 5 for tomorrow. All right, so scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. A few of those could be on the strong side, mostly some higher winds and probably some hail in there as well, with high temperatures near 55, but that's for like Rhinelander north. South of that upwards near 60 to 65 tomorrow, with a south wind that could gust near 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow that chance for rain. Wednesday morning, we should get a break followed by some rain late in the day Wednesday. That could mix with a bit of light snow Wednesday night. And then we get cold. Look at that. Thursday, a high of 38, Friday, 44. And then right now, the weekend looks wet once again. Easter weekend with temperatures in the 40s. Justin?
The Lights of the Northwoods Festival is a Christmas light event. It takes place in Rhinelander the 2 weekends right before Christmas each year. But as local people are being forced to self-isolate and stay away from others, leaders of this festival want to remind everyone that we can get through this together. In fact, the organization says they plan to light a giant candy cane pole every night until the Safe Rent Home order ends. President Sean Will says the goal is to just spread some comfort, hope, and remembrance.
We wish to continue the spirit of the grand community premise that we were founded on by lighting and keeping lit the candy cane pole in Hode Park. We wish to show support for our frontline medical personnel and the community in general, and that we're all in this together.
Will says that even though the Lights of the Northwoods Festival is traditionally in December, he and his staff want to remind everyone they are working for the community throughout the year.
Our kids go to school here, we have businesses here, so we're all part of the community as well. And we just thought that this would be something that would help the community just feel part as one, so that we're not just as separated as you know, we feel like we are right now.
As long as the weather doesn't feel like December. Workers for the festival want to remind everyone they are also practicing social distancing while they collect extension cords that are still dispersed across the park. And they're talking on the phone or meeting online to try to make the festival better and better. As the coronavirus spreads across the world, medical professionals balance giving patients the best care possible while also trying to keep themselves healthy. That also means juggling many healthcare providers to stay away from their own families, trying to keep them safe. One local church has opened its doors to give those medical professionals a clean, safe, and free place to stay. Newswatch 12's Maisie Vincent has more.
Said, hey, we're not going to wait around for somebody else to do it. And we wanted to do something positive for our community.
The Grace Foursquare Church in Rhinelander transformed its Family Life Center into a safe, quiet, and clean place for medical professionals to stay.
We're sitting around thinking, what in the world can we do with our empty buildings? We just were like, hey, how about we open up our Family Life Center for medical professionals that might be scared to go home or can't go home because they were interacting with the coronavirus.
Lead pastor Joseph Phelan says there are 8 beds available with most household items handy.
We got some items donated. Slumberland gave us an amazing deal. Home Depot has been working with us to give us different supplies. People in our church have already donated, and then just an outpouring of people just have offered to help.
The church assures that all spaces have been deep cleaned and prepared for the healthcare workers.
There's a lot of space. We have showers. We have the washer and dryer they can use when they come in. And so there's a lot of things to do to keep it sanitized, and we'll have our bleach bottles and wipes all over the place.
Phelan says the church space will be available for as long as it's needed. In the meantime, he hopes positive actions like this will keep the community moving forward during these times of need.
Hang around with people that are hope dealers and dealing out hope and graciousness and love and forgiveness and acceptance to each other. Find those people.
In Rhinelander, Maisie Vincent, Newswatch 12.
And of course, the demand for these rooms around here is still limited right now as opposed to places like New York, but that could change. As daily life keeps changing right now, kitchen tables are becoming classrooms and now even delivery rooms. How communities are adjusting to life under lockdown when it comes to the miracle of birth. Well, more on that after the break.
Your used truck headquarters is located right here. Len's Truck, the Midwest's largest used truck dealer. Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramex, half-ton trucks, SUVs, all priced to move. Find yours at lenstruck.com.
We got the trucks at Len's Truck.
We got the trucks.
The coronavirus.
This is their new hoax.
We have it totally under control. One day it's like a miracle, it will disappear. When you have 15 people, and within a couple of days it's going to be down to close to zero, we really think we've done a great job in keeping it down to a minimum.
I like this stuff. I really get it.
We've done one hell of a job. Nobody's done the job that we've done. No, I don't take responsibility at all
Priorities USA Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hi, I'm Tammy from ARPN, and I came to see Dr. Scher with severe lower back pain and nerve pain, and I was also unable to walk or stand without any help. Many of my appointments, I needed to use a walker, and I was having a hard time even getting to his appointments riding in a vehicle. He was able to get me moving again, doing the things I love to do. I was able to get rid of my walker. I was able to ride in a vehicle longer than an hour. I am forever grateful to him and his wonderful staff.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery, just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
Don't settle for an average truck when you can get the best used truck money can buy. Get a Lens certified truck. Find yours at lenstruck.com.
With everything going on right now, can you imagine being pregnant near your due date? With everything going on right now, what led one woman in Michigan to decide to give birth outside of the hospital? Jacqueline Francis reports.
Stay home, stay safe. It's a phrase pregnant women are taking to heart. For Jacqueline Shea, one of West Michigan's newest moms, it came down to a last-minute decision.
My husband and I, our birth plan was originally to give birth in the hospital. That's what we did with our first son, and we had a really great experience. But, you know, with everything going on, we got kind of concerned just with how safe is it going to be in the hospital if that's where all the sick people are.
The couple took their concerns to Jennifer Holshoe with West Michigan Midwifery, and as it turns out, they weren't the only ones.
As women are concerned and families are worried about going to the hospital and possible exposure, another anxiety for families at the moment is the concern that they won't be able to have the support people with them at the hospital when they get there.
A new reality expecting mothers are facing as hospitals nationwide limit the number of people allowed in the delivery room and visitors in general. Jacqueline delivered a healthy baby boy in the comfort of her own home.
With everything that's going on, it just seemed like a no-brainer for us.
As more expecting mothers come to that same conclusion, midwives are scrambling to meet the increased demand, while families struggle to cover the cost, as most insurance plans, including Medicaid, don't cover out-of-hospital births.
We are hoping that insurance companies will start to cover this more for families.
Last week, Friends of Michigan Midwives sent Governor Whitmer this letter asking she issue an executive order that would extend Medicaid coverage to licensed midwives as it aligns with the public health goal of preventing the spread of COVID-19.
Experts remind everyone home births are not for everyone and that hospitals are still able to provide safe and quality care. We have your final check of weather with Jeff after the break.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Sometimes you need a flashlight, and sometimes you need a lantern. So why not get one light that can do both? Nick Bolton here for the newest addition to our tactical line, the Tac Light Pro from Bell & Howell. Now, when you need a flashlight, you'll have one of the best and brightest on the market today. And when you need a lantern, simply slide it open to reveal a Cobb LED so bright it can fill an entire room with light. Plus, like all of our tactical products, this one is built like a tank. Drop it on the ground and it keeps right on working. Drop it in water and you still don't have to worry. No matter how extreme the conditions, you can always rely on a tac light. In fact, it can even survive getting run over by a tank. It just destroyed these other flashlights, but our tactical light, still working. That's what I call military tough. And it gets even better. Every Tac Light Pro has a magnetic base, so you can use the flashlight or the lantern feature and keep both hands free. Not to mention, this amazing light has all the features of the original tack light, including a 200 times zoom. And it's 22 times brighter than a regular flashlight. I mean, there's just nothing like it on the market today.
Act now, and through this special TV offer, you can get the new Tack Light Pro for the same low price as the original, just $19.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. Tack Light Pro is the only tactical flashlight and tactical lantern in one that also features a magnetic base and state-of-the-art Cobb LED. Plus, it carries the Bell & Howell name, a brand your family has trusted since 1907, and comes with our lifetime guarantee. But wait, click or call today and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 for one special low price. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-290-2215. That's 1-800-290-2215, or order online at tacklightpro.com. Call now.
Jeff, not as bright and sunny, but some pleasant temperatures out there.
And lots of clouds out there now. We'll keep cloudy through probably Friday, but temperatures are pretty mild as well. Look outside now. You can see temperatures are in the 50s for most of us. It's a great night for a walk outside if you can. The clouds are going to hang tight for several days. The precipitation, we'll get a couple light sprinkles in here tonight. Meanwhile, tomorrow, we'll get some heavier rain showers in here, maybe even a couple thunder showers tomorrow. Non-severe, but there could be some small hail in there. You'll hear that on your roof tomorrow morning, most likely. And then your 7-day forecast includes, colder temperatures are on the way. So tomorrow, mid-50s. Wednesday, mid-50s. Thursday, not so much. We're talking upper 30s to low 40s, followed by a pretty cool weekend coming up with temperatures Easter weekend in the 40s.
All right, and just a quick reminder in case you're just joined us, Governor Evers issued that executive order today that would have canceled or postponed tomorrow's presidential primary. The state Supreme Court has overruled that. So for now, we are scheduled to vote tomorrow. Well, more again coming up on Newswatch 12 at 6. Nightly news is next, though. We'll see you soon.